It is February 6th to 2020, just about 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Current price of Ethereum 212, but we're gonna talk about BTC, Ethereum, of course, the Ripple XRP, and we're also gonna talk about basically alt. Most of these alt, they're looking at extremely bullish, even more bullish than basically BTC, right? So most likely Altcoins BTC basically Altcoins BTC take a break. Most likely most of these alt we're going to talk about today, just like we talk about ICX. Most of you guys been following since like forever. We talked about ICX long time ago, guys. Back in like November, we said accumulate ICX. Let's start off with ICX first, right? So we said accumulate ICX just about 1700 sats to 1400 sats. We could hit like a 3200 and above, right? So, and we hit like 6000. That's a lot, guys. So from 1700 to 6000, that's crazy, man. So right now we're cooling off. It still got some more upward momentum, at least on the low degree, but I would let it like at least get your 6 hour MACD, try to retest at least this area of neutrality, which is like 41 to like a 45 range before jumping in again and try to retest like a 5000 sats, right? It's gonna retest 5000 at least for the short term. It's gonna retest current price like a 45.49, right? 4,549. And then most likely it's gonna retest it with a very impulsive wave to the upside. So I wouldn't FOMO in this range, okay? If you don't buy like just about like a 3500, I would not be buying like above 3500, right? So at least for the short term, no selling pressure. The volume is very low, so it is actually looking great, okay? It is looking great, right? So let's see how ICX going to be doing within the next like 4 to 6 weeks, right? Because just like Neo, you remember when Neo basically when I think like from $6 to $12, $13, stuff like that, right? And Neo still consolidating. And by the way, Neo is about to like a breakout. We're also going to talk about Neo, a possible basically 26 to $30 up to $40 range, right? So I would let ICX do something like this and then push back up, get rejected probably, right? So that's what I'm looking for, at least for the short term for ICX. It is looking juicy, but I wouldn't FOMO, okay? It's not time to FOMO right now. So let's jump in with BTC, right? So and then after that we're going to talk about alt, right, such as ICX, ARC, and many more. So BTC, let's start off with the weekly time frame. So BTC weekly, it is basically very bullish. One of the reasons at the same time why BTC is bullish, basically price is going up, volume is decreasing. For a breakout setup, it is very bullish, okay? For a breakout setup, it is very, very bullish, because the next volume to be showing up, it is most likely going to break this trend line. And okay, we already broke support, right? I mean, we already broke a previous support, which is like a resistance. If I zoom it in and you can take a look at it. So we already broke this area of just about like a 96, 97. So we don't have any other area of resistance but like just about like a 10.4 to 10.5 area, okay? 10.4 to 10.5. After that we got another resistance just about like 11.5, but it's not guaranteed like we're gonna hit it, but it all depends like within the next like 5 to 15 days, right? Just about a week to 2 weeks, right? How we gonna be what type of volume we're gonna receive within this area, okay? So if the volume is basically extremely high, most likely we can get like a very expanded I would say like at least 10 to 15% candle, right? Just like this, okay? This type of a candle. So if like we get this type of candle, it's gonna be extremely bullish, at least for the short term, because you guys gotta remember, right? This candle was like almost like 25%. Let's double check, right? So this candle was 25%. So a 25% move, right? If like we get it next week, I don't think we're gonna get it this week. I don't think this candle gonna be 25% move. It's gonna make a 25% move, right? But let's say we close just about like a 99 by Sunday. next candle going, you know, with the 25% move, it could take us all the way up to 12K. Okay, and I'm expecting a big candle, big volume, either big rejection or a big move. So if you're gonna get a rejection at the same time, because the volume we're gonna get is gonna be big, so we do not want this volume to be red. Okay, if you're bullish, you gotta be careful. If this volume is red, we're most likely gonna face like a 50% to 0.618 pullback, which could take us down to like roughly around like a below 8K, and we do not want to drop below 8K, right? At least for the short term, we do not want to drop. Bulls basically, not we, but bulls don't want to drop. Let the price drop below 8K. So let me take a look at the chat room very shortly, guys. So, and we're gonna talk about the lower degree. So basically, the weekly time frame still bullish on the high degree. Like I said, a couple of weeks back, we said basically the higher time frame is in favor of the bulls. So the bulls basically, they just taking care of business, right? But let's see how we're gonna be. The bears basically going to be able to retrace the price down to mid 8K and so on, right? So let's move on to the monthly time frame now. The monthly we just started. It's just like 6 days into the monthly. 6 days in the month into the monthly candle. So what I'm looking for, at least for the short term, for the bullish momentum, I would like to see like the volume to stay high, at least for the short term. Last month we got 1.69. That's the highest on Binance. The highest we got for a bullish candle was like a 1.689. Okay, this one was like a 1.691. So very close. Okay, very close, right? So at least for the short term, if like we can get at least 1.5 million trading volume on Binance this month, that'll be great. Okay, I don't expect it to be 2.5 2.3 stuff like that, but 1.5 to 1.8, it'll be great. It'll just gonna keep up the momentum either way. Okay, even if you get like a bearish momentum with 1.5 million, it's just gonna create a lot of volatility, which is extremely good for the market. So even if we drop all the way down to like a 6,800 before end of the month, I don't expect it, right? But the only way we can drop all the way down to 6,800 is like if we get those type of volume. Okay, we cannot drop all the way down below even like a 85 to 8,800. Like 85 to like a 7,800 without like a big volume. It's gonna be at least a 1.1 to 1.2 selling pressure, right? So we gotta keep that in mind. We're gonna talk about ICX next. Okay, we already talked about it, but we're gonna go back to it. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update about ICX. The moon boy is here. Okay, we got 3B, we got Crate, Irish. Hey, what's up, Aldo? So basically the monthly time frame in favor of the bulls. Okay, can we come back down and retest like a 8,100 this month? It's not going to be bullish at all. Okay, if like we retest like a 8,100 within the next 2 weeks, it's going to change the it's going to change the entire momentum. Okay, we could be basically facing like a further sell-off, at least for the short term. So one thing we don't want to do is like break 8K. Okay, we do not want to break basically 9K and 8,500 range, because we got a strong support just about like 8,200. Even if like we retest 8,200, right, 82 to 83 range, which is like the monthly 21 EMA. Okay, just about 8,100. It has to be very quick. Okay, we just have to drop and get bought up, and then try to basically reverse the price very quickly, right? So but we're going to talk about it on the daily, right? So let's take a look at the daily time frame. Daily time frame basically in favor of the bulls, right? So you can see like a volume, we got plenty more volume to receive, like at least for the short term. We already got like 47,000, and we got like 8 hours to go. We already got 47,000. Let's check the moving average, right? The MA. Okay, average is roughly around like a 48, right? So the average, the last 21 days average is basically at 48. you can see it like this white volume MA is like 48,000 right now. The current volume is like 48,000, like the daily volume, and we got roughly like just about like 9-10 hours to go. So I don't expect like to get 90,000, right? 90,000 or 80,000. I don't expect the volume to double, but we could get at least like another 10,000 to 15,000 buying pressure or selling pressure. We do even like a 15,000 selling pressure within the next within the next 8 hours. It's not going to cause like a big damage, okay, unless we get it like in a single hour. Whenever we get like a single 15 to 12 to 15,000 selling pressure in a single hour, it's just gonna basically slow down the momentum, okay. But if we get 15,000 selling pressure within 10 hours, 12 hours, stuff like that, it's market's still gonna be bullish, okay. It's still gonna be bullish. So the volume we need, at least for the short term, it is going to be very, very high, roughly around like 100,000 to 150,000 daily volume, okay, in a single day with a selling pressure, in order to see like any further downtrend or stuff like that. But as long as we keep getting these 50,000, 47,000 volume daily volume, it's not gonna switch basically the trend, right? So am I switching to bull mode? So that's a good question, okay. We got a strong trend right now, right? So what are we doing? We just going with the trend, okay, and we're looking for what? We're looking for a reversal pattern. So I cannot keep being bearish when I don't see any sign of reversal. The overall structure is bearish, okay, but when price is moving up, okay, we just have to go with the price and then analyze it until we see like some sign of weakness, and then we go bearish again, extremely bearish, right? But as of now, I'm still 60% bearish, at least for the short term, regarding the macro level. But as long as we're making these as long as we going up strongly without any sign of bearishness in this channel, I'm just gonna go with the trend until I see like like I just said, 15,000 to 20,000 selling pressure in a single hour on Binance. All right, so if I see that, okay, I might be reversing, looking for a reversal pattern and let the price basically move sideways a couple of days, stuff like that, and then basically take it to the downside. But as of now, we don't have any okay. It is just what it is, guys, but we don't have any sign of reversal. We don't have any, okay. I'm not saying we're not gonna get it. So to say like we're gonna get rejected within the next day or so, it's like you're just predicting, right? So what I'm predicting might be right or wrong, right? But in order to to get like a a better analysis, just wait for the sign of reversal and to say, hey guys, it is time to go back to the low 5K and stuff like that, right? But as of now, I'm looking for this mid 10K, okay, mid 10K range, and see how mid 10K gonna hold, at least for the short term. But 97 to 99, we talked about it since last week. That's a medium term target, right? I didn't expect it to get I didn't expect like a BC to hit it this quick. I would expect at least like by February, mid February, stuff like that. But it is basically it is what it is, right? So we're getting it very quick. So let's move on to the 12-hour time frame. So actually, let's take a look at the 6 hour, because the 6 hour is basically very, very bullish. So you can see like last time we ignored this bullish momentum, but this time I did not, okay. So I don't want to get tricked like twice, right? So I ignored this one, okay. The first time I was like let me just wait, right? But once we get this bullish crossover, you can see like we pump all the way up, okay, roughly let's double check. Roughly around like 80 to 100 was like the 21 EMA. We got the support on the day, on the 6 hour, on the daily. We got the we got the support from the 21 EMA. When we retrace down to 80 to 100, I saw this like a crossover, but I was ignoring it, okay. So we got another crossover right around this area. MACD crossover, RSI double bottom. You could say like it is overbought, stuff like that, but I don't think it is overbought yet, okay. RSI basically it's not making any noise yet. It is pretty clean, and by the time you make some noise, stuff like that, price gonna be keep going up, okay. And then keep going up, and we don't have any divergence so far. Okay, no divergence, so it is looking good. Okay. And another thing we also have to pay attention, just if you take a look at like these crossovers, right? So even if you want to extend this crossover one to an extension, right, you could see like if we just do that, right, it means like we're gonna make a new high on the MACD, and that's gonna be very, very bullish. Okay, so if we make a new high on the MACD and on price also, price action, we make a we just follow this channel and then hit like anywhere around like above 10k. Don't want to speculate on price, but anywhere around this area, that's going to be very bullish. Okay, the reason why it's going to be very bullish is like we're going to need time to basically make some divergences, right? So because price gonna keep going up, right, and MACD could be dropping down, all right, and push back up, okay, and get this divergence right around this area. So that's not good at all, right? It is not good at all if like we basically break this area of on the MACD. Okay, it's gonna be very, very bullish, at least for the short term. We do not want to break this area. If we break it, it's gonna be tough for the price to drop. Okay, it's going to be very, very tough. But the good thing is like as soon as we break it, right, we know we're gonna get another crossover. Okay, we know we're gonna get another crossover, and this crossover could give us a big retracement. I'm not saying like a 50% or stuff like that, but it could give us at least 10 to 15% retracement. Let's say we drop from like a 11k all the way down to like 10.1, stuff like that, right? So at least for the short term, and retest like this area, right? So that's what I see on the 6 hour. It is looking incredible, bullish, right? Volume, no sign of reversal on the 6 hour time frame. Everything looks clean. Everything moving above the 21 EMA on the 6 hour. We got the 21. We got the 100 EMA on the 6 hour, also looking to support the price for any bearish momentum. So basically, the bulls they got safety, guys. They got safety. So XRP to the moon. Hey, what's up, Peter? Hey, what's up, KGP Peterson? Yes, you don't want to see bull send, because if send crypto is bullish, man, so you don't want to see a bullish send crypto. So let's see. All right, so but I'm turning bullish slightly, but I'm still 6% bearish, right, until we break 12k. After 12k, I'm gonna be very, very bullish, right? Because I wouldn't see any sign of why would we not why, but price has to convince me a lot, okay, to basically turn bearish again. But if we break up, but it doesn't mean, right, it doesn't mean, okay, we can go long in this area, okay, take it to the upside. But I'm just not going to be like 100% bullish, okay? Just close the laptop and let the long run away, stuff like that, right? So what do I think about Zilliqa? Okay, I mean most alt they're gonna basically pump. So they're gonna pump. If you haven't joined our basically public Telegram group, make sure to do so. If you haven't joined our premium member, make sure also to send me a message. I'm gonna send you the description to join our premium member. But I got a list of alt, almost like a dozen of them. All of them, like since I posted them, they like at least like a 10% up, right? Stuff like that. Some of them already like a 30%, 20%, stuff like that, right? But not all of them, but most of them roughly around like above 10% up, right? So, and I just posted them like on Monday, something like that, Sunday night, stuff like that, right? And they doing extremely well, right? So, but guys, we just have to break this area of 97 to 99 to basically confirm our theory regarding like a further push to the upside. But if we do not break it, all right, it's gonna be very, very ugly for the bears, right? It's gonna be really, really, really ugly. It's going to be really ugly. So the 4-day chart looking great, no sign of reversal at the same time. The only sign of reversal I could anticipate in terms of like a bearishness is like a like I said it multiple times, all right? The only reason I'm staying bearish is like we got a WXY correction right there, okay? That's a WX, and then we're looking for this Y to the downside, right? So we got this 3-wave move down. So we got this three-way move down, and then we got this also three-way move up, and then we could be looking for this three-way move down. I know it's not going to be easy to get it. I know most people just basically ignoring right now 5K and 6K area, but we still got we still got the structure on the bigger picture. So all we need, okay, in terms of bearishness, we just need volume. That's all we need. Okay, we just need volume. Like I said, this is bullish, but if the bulls, right, do not break out, okay, from this area in terms of volume, and let the bears basically get this big candle to be red, okay, it's not going to be good. All right, so that's all I wanted to confirm in terms of like a bearishness. All right, so we're going to talk about hey, what's up, Alam? We're going to talk about Tron. Tron is also in our list. I posted Tron like just about like a Saturday or Sunday. We talk about Tron, Zilliqa, NEBLIO also. We just talked about it yesterday. AOTX, A&B, XRP, Steam. Many of them. Okay, just about a dozen of them, not many, but we talked about them, and they all are basically Walton, ARC, and some other coins, right? We talked about and they all doing well. Okay, we talked about AION, right? So we're gonna move on now to alt, right? Because BTC, we've been talking about BTC like forever. So you can see like ARC. I posted ARC, not ARC, but AION. Okay, AION. I talked about AION like so many times, and I said like pay attention to AION, right? So but people are gonna be FOMOing as not basically AION. As not basically AION started like to push to the upside. They started FOMOing, but I sent a signal when AION was like just about 10,000, something like that. 1,000. Okay, just about 1,000 sats. 11, less than 11,000 basically. Okay, and I was like looking for 2,000 sats, but we hit like a 1,700, which is still good, right? That's a 70% move to the upside just in like a 3 days or so, right? From like a mid just about a couple of days ago, right? Right around this area. So almost like 80% move. Okay, almost 80% move just in 2 days. So AION is still looking good. No sign of reversal. It is still a hold. That's a 4-day candle. No noise. So if you're looking for the if you checking this alt like on the 12-hour 1 hour time frame, they're gonna drive you crazy. Okay, they're gonna drive you crazy, especially on the bull market, right? So next coin we're gonna talk about, it is roughly ARC. Okay, it is ready to push to the upside, guys. So it is gonna be quick. You might not catch it. So if you're looking to buy the breakout, you might just wake up and see like ARC like all the way up to 3,000, 4,000 range. So gotta pay clear attention to it. All right, I sent a signal regarding ICX. Most people ignored it, and I said buy ICX, from 1,700 down to like a 1,400. But most people went and buy it like a 6,000. So that's kind of crazy. But similar structure to ICX. It is looking bullish, looking extremely bullish. On the 3-day candle, you can see like we're already moving above the 21 EMA. So I'm gonna give you one trick, guys, for this the next alt to run up. Okay, if you're looking to buy an alt, right? Not financial advice, right? But if you're looking to buy an alt, check your 3-day chart. Okay, if price is moving above the 21 EMA, right, they're ready to explode, right? Just watch your 21 EMA on your 3-day and your 4-day. Okay, as soon as you get these prices moving like above the 21 EMA on the 3-day chart, it is bullish. Okay, that's the first time I'm saying it, so make sure to take a note, right? So at least for the short term. So let's move on to XRP. So XRP is looking good. You can see like what I'm trying to tell you guys. That's a 3-day chart, right? XRP is looking very good, right? So I'm expecting at least a big move from XRP. I talked about it a couple of days ago when XRP was moving in this channel, and I said like it is good. It is looking good. Okay, at that time XRP was like 26, I think 2600, right? So right? I think we went as high as like a 3,000. That's a lot, guys, from you know, 26 to 3,000. Can you imagine BC going like a 26,000 to $30,000, stuff like that, right? So that's the same thing. XRP going like from 2,600 all the way up to 3,000. So that's a 14% move. And we talked about it before the breakout, not after the breakout, right? That's one of the reasons I gave you guys the 3-day chart. It was one of the reasons I give you guys a warning for XRP and A&B, right? So A&B also did well, okay, from like a, I think like 170 in that range all the way up to 215, right? That's extremely good, right? At least for the short term. So let's move on to Ethereum. So we're gonna take a look at Ethereum BTC. ETC, BTC, ETH, BTC. So Ethereum, BTC, we have to pay clear attention to Ethereum. We got on the 3-day chart, right? You can see Ethereum already made a nice bull flag on the 21 EMA. You can take a look at any alt, okay? Any alt, they're going to be making a bull flag on the 21 EMA on the 3-day chart, okay? That's a bullish setup, right? And most alt also did it like ICX last year from like, I think like a 5,000 or 6,000 sats in that range, was making a a bull flag just about this area, right? So if I remember well, I will double check. But you can see next challenge for Ethereum roughly around like a 0.023 up to 0.025. 0.025, it is like the previous support. I don't think we're gonna break this previous support very easily. So, and I talked about it like in my premium member, and I said it like area to pay attention for, basically Ethereum is like 0.023 to 0.025. Okay, this range is going to be pretty much very critical for Ethereum, right? So and by the time we get there, BTC might hit like a 10.5, and Ethereum gonna basically push like to like a 10.20 to 10.40 range, at least for the short term. That's a 6% move. Let's say 6 to 10% move at least, right? So yep, 12% move. Okay, so if BTC also moved 10%, that's 20% move for Ethereum. So you're looking for 20% of $200. That's a lot. Okay, so that's 240. Okay, 240 to 250 range, right? So so pay attention to Ethereum at least for the short term, right? So and on the weekly time frame, we talked about it when Ethereum was like a 150 range. Let's use the Aldo. Okay, thanks a lot, Aldo, for the EMA, right? So we said it like when Ethereum was like the Ethereum USD. Okay, Ethereum USD, we said if Ethereum closed above this area of 25 MA, the blue line, right? The blue line, okay, it is going to be bullish. Okay, so you can see like previously last year we did the same thing. Okay, we came back and retested, broke it, jumped back, just about this area. That was like September, August. That's when I said like Ethereum gonna drop 50%, right? Ethereum did drop 50% all the way down to like a 115, 116. Now we jump above this 21, not 21 but 25 MA. It is looking good. Okay, it is looking good. And if we do not get rejected in this area of 220 to 240 range, it could just go back all the way up to $300, right? Just like what Bitcoin Cash just did, right? Went and retest like June prices all the way up to $400, right? So, but let's just try to break this area of 220 to 240 range. Of course, it's gonna move sideways, couple of weeks, stuff like that, just like this, right? So maybe 2 to 4 weeks, stuff like that, before pushing up, right? And going all the way up to $300, it means like BTC gonna push higher up to like a 12K. So that's one of the reasons I just want to be careful regarding BTC. Ethereum cannot be bullish without BTC. Okay, Ethereum cannot be bullish without BTC, right? So we're gonna talk about XRP. Hey, what's up? 55 miles per hour. So let's move on basically to King XRP USD. Okay, XRP USD as a weekly. So XRP USD, we just have to even though like XRP BTC is looking bullish, we have to close on a monthly basis. I keep saying it, okay, until we close like on a monthly basis, close above 32 cents, we're not gonna, we're not gonna look good. Okay, I've been saying it since I think like September, right? That's when I started saying it. September, I said like XRP need to close above 32 cents, like on a monthly basis, not like daily stuff like that. Okay, we can go all the way up to like 31, 32 on the daily time frame, but before February 28th, right? So if like we do not close above 32 cents, I'm not going to be bullish, right? But it is okay. Let's say we close above like a 31, by 31 cents by March. Close above 31 cents, but March we just open the monthly candle by like open the monthly candle just about like 31. It could be okay. It could be okay, but we just have to try to close as possible above 32 cents. Okay, 32 cents to 31 cents, we're gonna be okay. But it's not looking bad. That's the first time we're getting like good body candles back to back. January, February. Last year we did not get one. Okay, this one was pretty much a small body. That's not that bullish. Okay, but this one, if like we can get like some fat body candles, it's gonna look good. Okay, it's gonna look good. The volume is basically decreasing and we're getting a big body candle. That's really good. Okay, that's really good, at least for the short term. How about XRP all the way up to 80 cents? All right, it is possible to hit like 80 cents, right? Because we've been talking about it like forever, and we said like XRP, we're looking for XRP basically this move. We're looking for XRP basically to repeat this move somewhere around here, okay, and go all the way up to like 80 cents before even dropping back down. Okay, so this is going to be like an entire correction I'm looking for, at least for the short term. I know most moon boys do not want to hear like XRP going back to like going all the way back like to 10 cents and stuff like that, right? But if BC get rejected at 12K, right, and we're looking for BC to retrace down to 5K, most likely XRP gonna retrace down to like 10 cents or so, right? 13 cents, right? So we got to keep that in mind, right? NULS, yeah, we're gonna talk about NULS. I think I added NULS in my private group, right? So NULS got a potential. It's on my if you go to my YouTube channel, you can find NULS right on my community community post. I said like a NULS got a potential to hit like a I shouldn't be showing you this guy, right? So NULS, we could definitely push all the way up to like a 5,000, stuff like that, right? So keep that in mind, right? So let's take a look at it on the 3-day. So it is looking good, but it can still basically retrace down. So I would not be very aggressive on it. Like what I mean aggressive, like looking for it to push every single day, because let's say we drop back down and retest the bottom before making this very impulse move, you're not gonna be happy, right? So you got to keep that in mind. I would still buy in this area also, if even if like we I don't think we're gonna break it, at least for the short term. I don't think we're gonna break like a 2700, stuff like that. We're looking great above this 25 MA, but let's take a look at the AMA. Okay, EMA. Come on. Okay, we're looking good on above this 211 EMA. And when I sent NULS, I think NULS was like let's take a look at it on the daily. I think price was just about like 2900, I think 2900, something like that, right? So now we just about like this area of 100 EMA. We just have to basically deal with it on the daily, and that's it. As long as we deal with it, it is okay, right? We should be fine, right? Next area basically to look for, it is roughly around like 4600 to 5000. Okay, but most likely 4600. The reason why I'm paying attention to the 4600, that's a 2-day chart, right? On the daily chart, we're getting a challenge from the daily 100 EMA, right? So if you move to the 2-day chart, that same EMA is gonna give us another challenge, right? Which is like which is basically your 200-day moving average, right? So if we break the 100-day moving average, so which is still pretty good, guys, like a 3,500 to 4,500. If you do the math, you don't need to do any math, just do this. Okay, just do this, right? So that is still like a 30% move. Okay, can we make a 30% move within the next couple of days? Absolutely, right? Just NEBLIO just you know, give us a 40% move. I talked about NEBLIO like a couple of days ago. NEBLIO, IOTX, and CND. Let's double check CND. But just to conclude with NULS, it is extremely bullish. Okay, it is extremely bullish. So I talked about NEBLIO like in my premium group. I talked about like not too long ago, guys, when NEBLIO was just, I was waiting for it to close on a 3-day chart. I was waiting for it to close above this 21 EMA, but it did not give us a chance to do so, right? You can see it. That's why I just like put it on my watch list, but it just exploded, right? So you know, you can see like we push almost, that's like 70%, guys, in like less than 20, like, you know, less than 24 hours, right? So, and that's versus BTC, right? So you're talking about like almost 80% move. So, and let's take a look at CND, right? CND similar. Okay, I'm waiting for CND to basically jump above this 21 EMA on you know, on a 3-day chart. Current price 67. It's a good buy. It can drop all the way down to like a 53 again, right? Let's say we drop back down to 53. It's going to be a nice one to pick up, right? Just to anticipate like a CND basically to push above this area of 21 EMA on a 3-day chart, which is like 75 cents. It's gonna look good. Okay, it's gonna look very good. Okay, I talked about IOTX. You can see how IOTX looking great, guys. You know, I'm looking for like 87. Okay, when I posted it, it was like 47. Right, I posted it was like 47. We're already up like, I don't want to do no math. So went up like 30, you know, almost 30% after I posted it, right? So you can see, right, looking great. And I'm looking for like another push to the upside all the way up to 80. Okay, all the way up to like a 87 to a low 80, right? So that's a 90% move, guys. So and one of the reason, you know, I got IOTX, CND, and NEBLIO on the same list. They got the same structure. Okay, they got the same structure. You can take a look at it. If I switch it, right, you can see CND, right? Not CND, but NEBLIO. You can take a look at the structure. Let me just do this, make life easier. So, but alt looking great, guys. They're looking great. So CND, I mean NEBLIO on the left, right? Let's add CND. Okay, you can see CND, right? So that's the same chart, guys. That's the same exact chart, right? So basically it is just telling you like money gonna move from NEBLIO into CND, or it could move from NEBLIO into IOTX. Okay, look at IOTX again. Quite but pretty similar. Okay, pretty similar. It is just like the sell-off from IOTX was very you know, overextended, right? So but it is pretty much the same chart. And the good thing is like we're moving above this 21 EMA on IOTX, so it is looking great. Okay, but 10% up already, right? So but if you're looking for a 90% up, I don't think like 10% is a lot, right? So I don't think 10% is a lot. So that's ARC once again, above 21 EMA, looking great. Okay, looking great, guys. So, and I think I said it by ARC, guys. I said it long time ago by ARC, like when ARC was like 15 cents or like you know, 13 cents, stuff like that, right? So now it is 20 cents, and it hasn't done anything but versus a dollar. It's just because like BTC is going up, that's why ARC is going up versus dollar, right? Versus a dollar. Can you imagine if BTC is going up and ARC gonna be going up versus BTC? It's gonna 2 to 3x, right? You know, within the next few months or so. So let's move on to Zilliqa. I'm gonna keep it like 2 screens, so a screen better. Zilliqa NEBLIO. Zilliqa, NEBLIO, Dash, last year they got the same pattern, right? So, but this year, let's see, they got the same pattern still. Okay, you can see Zilliqa roughly. Okay, you can see like you know, when you remember these coins, you can remember, right? You know, you can remember their pattern. So pretty similar. The only difference is like, you know, Zilliqa is basically making like some triangle formation, just like Neo. Neo is just about this area, $13 versus you know, versus $1. Okay, Neo is looking to break out, at least for the short term. But Zilliqa is looking nice. Okay, it is looking nice, at least for the short term. 0 no way. It is saying 0 for some reason. So, but Zilliqa is looking good. We can definitely hit like just about 100 sats, something like that. Okay, we can hit like 100 sats. It is just about like a 72, but I would look for like a, you know, 120 to 150 range. Okay, or just look for the 100 EMA, which is roughly, for some reason I can't see the price, but I can see the price. So let's take a look at on the daily. Yep, for some reason it is not showing me a price. Let's see. Yeah, it is not showing price for some reason. I gotta check the setting again. So, but pay attention to NEBLIO up to like 120. All right, at least for the short term, right? So next coin we're gonna talk about, it is Tezos. You know, Tezos, I talked about Tezos when Tezos was like 127, just about this area of 100 EMA on a 3-day on a daily chart, right? So, you know, and I said like if we break this top, that's gonna be a buy, right? So we broke like 180, and you can see like we retested like 220, and if I remember well, I was looking for 1.27 to 1.41 if we break this area and do not retest like the 127 range. We're looking for let's do this. Okay, move back to Tezos. Okay, looking for exactly 1.27, 1.41. okay, so you can see 1.27, that's where we got the rejection, but we can push all the way up to like 1.41, which is like a 239, and 1.618 going to be like roughly 260. So I would it is a hold. Okay, Tezos is a hold basically. No need to sell it all the way up to like a 250 range, right? So, and I said it, buy it at 127, guys. I told you guys when Tezos was 180, I was like, it is not a hold. Okay, basically wait for a retracement down to like I was expecting all the way down to $1. All right, so, and I think we hit just about like $1.20, right? So in 127, I was like, it is time for Tezos to basically reverse, right? And we basically broke this area of 180 range. So I publicly talk about like A&B also on a 3-day chart. Also A&B looking great, guys. Not even above this 2-in-1 EMA. So I'm anticipating it to basically push to the upside and jump above this area of 21 EMA on a 3-day chart. It's gonna look very good. Okay, it could move very fast. One thing I like about basically A&B, it just don't give you it just doesn't give you like some popcorn move, like Doug like to call it, right? Doug, if you don't know who's Doug, is like intro to cryptos, right? It called these like popcorn moves, like they just push to the upside and drop right back, right? So but sometimes it doesn't give you those, it just give you like a constant move, bullish momentum. So we could get that move all the way up to this 100 EMA on a 3-day chart, right? So which is roughly around like a 500 sats. Current price 200 almost, right? I sent the signal when it was like just about I think like 170, 180 range, right? So volume, no volume at all, like in terms of buying pressure, volume still low. So you can see if we pick up some volume, it is going to be extremely bullish for CND, right? and at the same time for Ripple XRP, right? So let's take a look at Ripple, not Ripple but XRP. For some of you guys call me XRP. Let's take a look at King XRP. For some reason, I can't find a King XRP BTC. Let's just do this. I think that's easier, right? Okay, King XRP. We talked about it on in all time frames. It looks like CND. It's the same chart. Okay, they're gonna move together, right? So XRP is already above this 21 EMA, but CND is still basically looking to break this 21 EMA just about 205. It already broke it but got rejected because we retested like what 215, right? So I would not be in worry. I wouldn't worry about much about CND. Just let it sit tight, man. For the first quarter, it could hit like 500. Okay, 500 is a lot. It's like almost 2 to 3x in dollar value. But XRP also looking great, guys. Most people are sleeping on XRP, but it could move very fast versus BTC. Okay, it could move very fast and probably get rejected just about 3700. Okay, but let's see. Okay, let's see, at least for the short term. This move is impulse, this move is corrective, so we could get another impulse up, right? So we could get another impulse up. Hey, what's up, A11? Short it. No, don't short it yet. Okay, do not short it yet. Just take it slow. Take it slow. So PPT also one of the coin I basically posted in my premium member. So but CND, I mean not CND, but PPT to the right, I basically anticipated this move. It is kind of aggressive, right? But it is a great opportunity, right? At least for the short term, to anticipate it to move above this area of 21 EMA. Instead of waiting till it move above it, you can pick up all these gains, right? All this move, and then basically wait for it to give you this popcorn move, or just to give you a very strong move, right? So but PPT is looking good. Okay, it is looking great. So we basically pick it up like right around like a that's Embrace. So let's take a PPT. It's the same sometimes. It's the same pattern. Sometimes if you don't pay attention to the number, you might pay attention to the letters. You might be thinking like you're talking about another coin. But you can see PPT, we started buying right around like a 38, 39. Right now it is like a 4500. Okay, it is looking great. So I'm looking for a retest of at least like a right around like a 5500, stuff like that, right? 55 and above. So, and you could be looking for almost 50, almost like 50% move, right? Since like we basically send a signal for PPT. Looking great, guys. So it can even go higher. Sometimes I just don't like to give like a big targets, like a 200% move, 300% move, and people are gonna be basically going all in and stuff like that, right? But it got a potential to go all the way up to like 1400, not 1400 but 14,000. Okay, 14,000 is basically this area of June. All right, June correction back in June. You guys remember May 13th to like early June. Alt were correcting, right? So you gotta remember that most of these coins, they're gonna go back to their May to June prices. some of the Bitcoins, they're going to go back to their April 1st prices, right? Remember, April 1st, that's when BTC broke out, and that's when we got alt dropping, most alt, 90% of them dropping versus BTC. So they're going to try to go back up to like April 1st prices. So, it's going to look good, right? It's going to look good, at least for the short term, because most of them dropped 90% versus BTC, right? Since April, okay? Since April. Just like this one, okay? Just like Populous, okay? Let's take a look at Populous. That's April 1st, right? That's April 1st, was like a 40,000, right? And it dropped 90%, okay? 90% versus BTC just in less than 12 months. That is really bad, right? So if you've been buying Populous, or you've been holding Populous like since like last April, you've been down like 90%, right? So I'm expecting at least a Populous to pull back, you know, 30%, right? Which is like roughly around like a 382. And you can see that if like we retrace back up to 382, that's going to be roughly, that's a 3x move, guys. That's a 3x move. So that's what ICX did, and most people are not paying attention to like alt versus BTC. Most people only pay attention to like the BTC dominance, but you know, paying attention to dates and how much like these coins drop versus BTC, like from like April 1st, you can like understand like why some of these coins gonna be popping up, right? So, and you can see like since Sunday, I posted like almost over 10 coins, right? And most of them up already over 10%. Some of them like, you know, 30%, some of them 40%, some of them 70%, right? Like, you know, AION went up, like, I've been talking about AION the last 2 weeks, like AION went up from like 1,000 to like 1,700, right? That's a 70% move. So you gotta keep that in mind, at least for the short term. Is BTC dropping? No, it's okay. It's not 97.90. So gotta pay attention to alt, guys. So and you can see that most people are not talking about Link so far. So but Link, it is still a hold, guys, versus BTC. That's a 3-day chart. It is making a bull flag. It is ready to pop. So most people are not talking about it, but as not Link basically break this area of resistance, most people are going to be jumping in and talking about Link. So just like Tezos, right? If like we break this area of 34,000, right? Sats, it is you know, it is going to be very bullish. So Link is a strong buy, guys. Of course not financial advice, right? But Link is looking great. Okay, it is looking great. That's the 3-day chart above the 21 EMA. Good gosh, guys, it is looking great. Okay, it is looking great. So it could take time to break out, though. It could take time because it already went up so much. So it's been consolidating in this area. So if like we get the breakout, you can just look for 1.27 to 1.41. So to the upside, resistance is going to be in this range. Okay, we could be getting some resistances, some challenges, just about 46,000 all the way up to like a 54,000. So it is looking great. Link is looking great. So you're looking for a Link to go just about 90 up to 90%. So if you take a look at it in dollar value, just if like BTC stays at 10K range, you're looking for a Link to go like Link to go all the way up to $5. Okay, roughly around $5 to a $6 range, right? So now let's move on to Neo. Okay, so that's Neo. So basically Neo, we broke this area. I talked about it multiple times. If we break this area of 11.3 to 11.5 range, we're going to be looking for Neo to retest like a 25 $25 and more, right? So you can see August 2018, NEO already retested August 2018 correction, right? So you know, next area of correction we're going to be looking for, it is almost like July 2018, right? Which is roughly around like a $40, okay, $40. So we're definitely going to look for like a NEO to retest like a, you know, let's say June to July area, okay, 2018, which is just about like a $30 to like a $40 range, okay? And I think I published, if you go on my, you know, on my trading view, I just published NEO, okay, a target all the way up to like a $40 range. So it is looking great. No sign of reversal. Volume not picking up so far, but as soon as we get a good volume, it's going to move very fast above the 3-day EMA, above the 100 EMA on 3D. It is nothing you can do, guys. NEO is looking good. Okay, it is a strong hold, right? It is a strong hold. So let's talk about Raven. Okay, Raven also I talked about it in my premium member, but I did not give a signal, right? So I did not give a signal, even though like it is moving above this area of 21 EMA. I'm still looking for it, you know, to push higher. You know, even if like we retest drop back, I don't think we're gonna drop back down. Okay, most likely we're gonna retest like you know 300 400 before dropping. Current price like 350. So we got another 10% move to look for Raven, okay, to get rejection right around this area. So hey, what's up, Satellite? We already talked about XRP, man. XRP. So this one is Quant. Quant is looking very aggressive. One of the reasons I'm not very bullish on Quant is like, you know, this move is too vertical, right? And I'm looking for a retest. It doesn't mean we're gonna get it, right? But I'm not saying it's gonna sell off or something like that, right? But I would love to get this, you know, this retest and then jump back above this 21 EMA and then push further up. Okay, that's what I'm looking for Quant to do. But it doesn't have to do it if we push. If like it pushes higher, it's okay. But I would like to see it like a retrace down to you know, just about 30,000, right? 30,000 to 35,000 sats, right around this area versus BTC. So all right. Nano, that's another coin. Basically, I talked about a lot since like August, not August, but since like October, right? I've been saying like a Nano gonna be gonna look bullish very soon, and you can see like I'm looking for a retest of 11,000, and I said it when Nano was like 750. I said, right, buy Nano. Okay, it is right now 1,000, right? 10,000 actually, right? So 10,000 sats. So you can see like I'm looking for 11,000. So we got like 10% more to go, and then after that I'm looking for 40,000, right? So as soon as we hit 40, as soon as we break 40,000, Nano could move very fast. Okay, it could go all the way up to like a 35,000 sats, which is going to be a lot, right? So it could go all the way up to 35 because we don't have any basically any resistances. Like the only one we got like is roughly around like a 2,000, and I think like we could break it very easily. Okay, the one I'm interested about is like just about like April 1st prices. Okay, April 1st 2019. That's what I'm looking for, really for Nano. So I'm not saying it's gonna do it like in a week or so, but we could get like this 3x move, right? 250% move, you know, versus BTC, and go back and retest this area, right? So, and make some sort of triangle or stuff like that, and then make this a bigger wedge, just like this, right? So if we make this big wedge, we most likely not gonna drop, most likely not gonna break it. But I'm looking for this you know, 35,000, okay, 35,000. So current price of Nano 10,000. So let's talk about Qtum. Qtum is basically just following BTC, and I think I talked about Qtum like few weeks back, when somebody like in the group asked about Qtum, right? And I was like, if Qtum could go all the way back and retest like a $5 range, right? So let's see. This pattern, it is a bearish pattern, but sometimes it can give you like a three-way move pullback in this range. So if like we get a clean three-way move, it is going to be very, very bullish for Qtum. Okay, it could go back and retest all the way up like to a $5 range. So I would, that's Qtum USD, right? So I would like to let it cool down at least for the short term. But Qtum, it is a good coin to pay attention because it is like a it follows BTC, but it follows BTC better than any other coins, right? So you can see like the type of head and shoulder we made, right? It made a flat, flat head and shoulder. So, and most of the time, whenever you see a head and shoulder, if it fails, it has to go back to the previous top, right? Which is just about this area. Whenever you see it, okay. So even like I can show you on BNB. I think I got it on BNB, but that was last year. So before BNB breakout, right? BNB like got that big breakout. So basically making a flat correction. That's a bearish pattern. But if and only if we get this three-way move pullback with a lower volume, red selling pressure, right? So we could be looking for this move all the way up to $5, right? All the way up to $5. But if we get a nasty move, we're most likely going to break it and look for some lower prices, right? So I would love to let it basically break this 100 EMA, come back, retest it with a three-way move, and then do this, okay? Or you can just do this and then do that. It doesn't matter. So it does not matter. Elastos. Tron. I talked about Tron. I was basically, we have a target of 300 sats for Tron, right? So make sure to join our basically you guys calling Tron Moon. We call Tron we called Tron to pump like a long time ago. So last week we said like Tron gonna pump already. So if you're thinking Tron is mooning, Tron hasn't mooned yet. Okay, so first thing first, I was very comfortable of Tron coming back down fastly, retest like a 150, or just go up to the upside, go push, go up and retest like roughly around like a 250 to 300 range. Okay, why 250? Because 250 is just about like this area of 100 EMA on the 3-day chart. So most likely we're gonna get some challenges just about this area of 250. So I don't expect it to break 250. It's not mooning, guys. It's just 7%. When art season start, most of these coins are gonna be pumping like a 40-50% in one day, stuff like that, right? So I don't think it is mooning yet. So it is just warming up. So. And let's move on to another coin also, WTC. Looking great on a remember guys, I told you Steam, Walton and Lisk. I told you a long time ago, guys, pay attention to Steam, Lisk and Walton. And I said like Lisk was a good buy when Lisk was like $60, not $60, 16, not 16, 60. Okay, it was 60 cents, right? So you can see Walton is basically making the same structure, right? Same exact structure. So we managed to push above this area for 21 EMA on the 3-day. So that's extremely good. And we also managed to break this trend. So that's extremely good again. Another thing also, we got a very good volume, okay? We got a very good volume. You can see it at the very bottom. And I said it like a while back, right? We got a very good volume, but price is not going anywhere. That's very bullish. That's very bullish, guys. Very bullish. So that's very bullish. So you gotta think about it, man, guys. Most of these people, they buying at the very bottom. They're not gonna sell anytime soon. Okay, they're not gonna sell anytime soon. So in terms of time frame, if like we go back to like a April 1st price, like April 1st prices, just about like yes, April 1st, April 7th. So you could be looking for almost a 10x move, right? Let's see. Almost a 10x move, right? 9x move. So Walton is looking extremely extremely bullish, guys. It is looking very, very good, but I don't think like we're gonna get it like in the first quarter, right? So it is a I would just expect like you know, to retest like 1,000, you know, 11,000, stuff like that, 11,000 all the way up to like 26,000. So that's gonna be good. Okay, so yep, 11,000 to 26,000. So let's see. That's 500,000. Yep, 3,000. Yep, 5,000. Okay, let's say 5,000. Right, not 11. 5,000. Right. So 5,000 gonna give us a 5x move, 10x move, right? 10x move from current price of just about 500. Right. Let's see. No, 5,000. Right. So yeah. So it could look very, very good, guys. It's 5,000 right now, going all the way up to like a 50,000, not 5,000, but 50,000. It's gonna look very good. Okay, it's gonna look very good. So it's gonna look very good. Hey, what's up, J Mott? Thanks a lot for tuning in, man. It's alt season again, guys. So you know, January through February, most likely, you know, alt like to most likely, you know, January through April, January through February, we already like pumped. So we're looking for more pump like from February through April, right? So, and most of these alts, they could be 5xing, right? 5x to you know, 10x, right? But not all of them gonna 10x, right? Not all of them, not all of them. So, but let's see. I'm looking for a 300 sats. Yeah, we already broke out on the daily time frame, right? So looking great, looking great. So let's take a look at ELA. Elastos. Yeah, Elastos looking like a just like a Walton. We just talked about Walton, so it is a good hold. And I think we talked about Elastos like, you know, yesterday or a couple of days ago. So let's take a look at on 3D. On 3D, it is looking good. Okay, it is looking great. And this pattern, if you go back and check ICX last year, Walton, WANCHAIN, you know, AION, all of them, they were making this pattern. Okay, so ICX made the same pattern, but it did like a, you know, almost like a 1 month of bull flag in this area before taking off, but it didn't go that much, right? So I can show you really quickly. So that was like I think like February through January through February. I think that's when ICX made that move, right? So that was last year. Let's see. This move right there, okay. This move right there, okay. That's the move I'm talking about right there, okay. Right here, okay. So we making that move also, right? We're making that move. So that's the same type of pattern, and you can see like even this pattern right there, right? You know, most alt right now they're making it, okay. Most alt they're making this type of pattern, and they're gonna push it upside. So I'm looking for some sort of flag in this area from you know, ELA. If like we get it, you know, it's gonna be very accumulative, okay. It's gonna be very accumulative. It is a 3D chart, that's why you cannot see most of the stuff. You're not gonna see any noise. If you see like you know, a coin moving like you know, sideways in this range, you know it is accumulating. So, but that's a big push though. It is looking good. And let's take a look at Lisk. Because Lisk, I'll give you guys a good warning about Lisk. Yeah, you can see like Lisk, and you know, it is the same pattern, okay. It is the same exact pattern. on the 3D, right? You can see like we just pumped to the upside also, right? So either, okay, what I'm looking for, we can make this move and then pump and go all the way up to this 100 EMA, just like what Lisk just did, right? From like almost just about like a 6,000, right? Just about 7,000, all the way up to like a 16,000. So you know that's a lot. That's almost 3x, right? So from this bottom all the way up, it's like a that's almost like 150% move, right? So that's not bad, okay? And Walton is making the same structure also. That's what I just showed you. Okay, Walton is making the same structure, okay? Same structure right there. So you can see it, we could be just moving all the way up to just about like you know 1501 in that range. So 15,000 range. Yes, I'm still bearish, but I'm just gonna follow the trend. The trend is pumping, so we're just gonna go with the trend as of now until we break like some key areas, and then we're gonna look for some you know, we're gonna be very, very bullish, right? But as of now, I'm still bearish, but I'm going with the trend. The trend is, you know, the micro level is bullish, so we're just gonna take it to the upside with you know, with the bulls, and then but I wouldn't be calling it a bull market. I would just call it like a, you know, a pullback, okay, until we get some further, some further push to the upside, maybe break 12k at least. You know, as long as we break 12k, I'm gonna be bullish, right? I'm gonna be bullish above 12k, but it doesn't mean like I'm not gonna long it up to 12k, right? So you gotta keep that in mind. Just because I'm bearish doesn't mean like you know, I'm gonna have to short it, right? So, but yes, I'm gonna be looking for a way to looking for a sign of reversal, of course, because I'm bearish, but I'm not gonna force it, right? We don't have any sign of reversal as of now, right? So, but if we get this big volume, that's gonna be good for the bears, right? If this volume gonna be red, because we're gonna get one, we're gonna get a big breakout very soon, a very big breakout. So you better be ready, okay? You better be ready for some high volatility, you know, for the next 4 to 8 weeks, right? So high volatility. So, but let's just say, you know, for the bulls, you know, this candle gonna be green, okay? This is going to be green, right? And then after that, we're gonna get some consolidation period with a lower volume, just like what we're doing. Make another basically descending. You can call it descending triangle, right? Because this line is you know, horizontal, right? So make another, you know, another basically resistance line in this area until basically we break it again with another bigger volume. So the volume gonna move like this, right? So but volume, you don't get volume like moving up all the time, right? And then if you get your line, you can see like we could just follow this line like this, and then people are gonna like, oops, look at it, volume is moving up like since like you know, 14k, stuff like that. But volume, just, you don't get volume pushing up every day like this, okay, breaking these lines, right? So but every 6 months to 8 months, stuff like that, you know, they can basically make a new high, right? So but if you make a new high within this range with a buying pressure all the way up to like let's say just, that's a 3-day chart, right? But let's say like 400,000, 500,000 buying pressure on a 3-day chart, just like this one, just like this buying pressure. We break it somewhere around this area with a big candle. That's going to be very bullish. It's going to be very bullish, right? So going to be very bullish. Going to be very bullish. Ether is still sitting on 214. We talked about Ether. Let's take a look at on the daily again. So like I said, Ether, I'm looking forward to you know, target for the group is like 215, right? So but we already hit 215, so second target is like 220, and then after that I'm going to be looking for like a 240 to 250 range, okay? I don't think like we're going to break 240 to 250 easily. We most likely you know, gonna even get some resistance like right around like a 235, right? So I don't expect like a 240 250 to be you know, to be broken very easily. And if you pay clear attention, like we're going back to like August. We already retested like just about like a September high, so we gotta, we just gotta retest like August to, July, August high, just about this area. That's the most challenging area for Ether. But one thing I forgot to mention regarding Ether is very, very important, guys. So Ether likes to make some bearish, basically give you like some hint while it is going up. Okay, so if we drop heavily, we already got a shoulder right there. We already got a left shoulder. So if we push higher and drop all the way back down to find some support right around like a 160 to 170 range, it's gonna print a bearish momentum. So it is something like we just have to keep in mind. That's one of the reasons I don't want to be extremely bullish on BTC until we break 12k, right? Until we break 12k, because if like let's say BTC goes up to like 11k and let's say 10.5 to 11, right? And Ether retests like a 235 and then drop back down to 160 and give us this move back, this pullback, right? Like this, right? And then give us a right shoulder. So that's going to be very bearish. Okay, that's going to be very bearish. So it is something like I just wanted you guys to pay clear attention. Even though I'm bullish on Ether, right? I do not want Ether like to get rejected and retest like a 160. Okay, it's gonna be very, very bearish, at least for the short term, right? It's going to be very bearish. So, but you can only see it like a let's see, you cannot see it like on a 2-day chart or stuff like that. Let's check it on the daily. Yep, on the daily you can see it. So you can see it on the daily. So, and even if you check it like previously, you can see like we basically got the same structure right there. Okay, we broke it, but we just didn't make the one-to-one extension, right? But let's check it on if like we made a 1.41 and 1.27. We didn't quite hit like 1.41, 1.27. Let's see. Okay, right, we hit like 1.27. Okay, so what I mean 1.27, whenever you get a actually you get a push to the upside like this, right? So you're looking for like a retracement down somewhere around here. If you do a swing high to swing low, most of the time like a swing high from the area of resistance, area of support, all the way up to the top, right? You can find support right around like 1.27, 1.41. It works most of the time. Okay, most of the time. So even on Ethereum it did that, right? So that's why I was looking for a long, and I think we long Ethereum from like a 116, right, to 118 range, and then we took it all the way up to like a 130, right? So that was one of the reasons I was looking for 116 to 118, just because we got this sort of a head and shoulder pattern, and then basically it hit exactly 1.27 to 1.41, 1.27 actually, right? So now it pushed back up to 0.618 and can push all the way up, up to like a 230. So yep, we had 50% pullback, just about 0.618. You can see like I wasn't even paying attention to the Fibonacci retracement, right? But 0.618 is like roughly around like a 235. Okay, 235 range, and 235 we already talked about it. It is what, July, August, area of correction. It wasn't a support, it was just correction. So I don't think it was a support. So support is right on like a 150 range. So but Ether is looking very, very good, guys. It is looking very good. XRP is looking great, man. It is looking great. It is looking great. It is just a matter of time, guys. So it is just a matter of time. So if you're looking for XRP to hit like $1, $2, $3, or $50, whatever, you just gotta be patient. All right, you gotta be very, very patient. Otherwise, you can sell it. As not should sell your XRP. It's not financial advice, right? As not should sell it. It's gonna pump. Okay, it's gonna pump. It's kind of like most people who basically sold BTC and then the BTC pump, right? But even though I'm bearish, I'm not basically selling out, right? I'm not selling my BTC, right? So All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. If you guys don't have any alt to add to the list, BNB very bullish, and I said it. If we break if we break $20, it's not gonna look good at all. Okay, we could just easily just retest like you know, $30 range. Okay, $30. You know, $30 for BNB. It is what type of correction is it? Let's see. I know James. The reason why I'm asking for, the reason why I'm talking about basically a BNB. I know you know, J Mont like BNB, right? So it is just about like a July, August, also July and August. You know, area of correction, support slash correction, right? So I mean, the reason why we're trading is accumulating, right? So you gotta remember the reason why you're leveraging is accumulating also. So if you're using BYBIT, of course, right, you have to use BTC, right? You cannot use fiat, right? Unless you are using like going in and out from BTC to Tether, right? But you gotta understand the reason why am I trading, or most people trading, is basically to accumulate, right? So I don't think LTC has bottom until we break some key area of resistance, and then we're gonna talk about like you know, LTC bottom. But LTC on Poloniex, right? Let's take a look at LTC BTC. Because LTC not Binance. Let's check Poloniex, right? On so LTC, you can see like a, you know, if you take a look at it, we already broke like a major you know, area of support, right? Now we're just going back to retest it. So let's see if LTC is going to be strong enough to like break this area of you know, resistance, right? We should not you know, break this area. We already broke it. Now we are basically facing some challenges to basically you know, break this area again. It was like a major support, guys. But you could say also, you could argue, hey guys, last time, last bull run, we just pumped, right? So we did not get any sort of challenges, right? So it could be the same way also. We could just break it and go all the way up and retest like the previous top. But at least for the short term to be reasonable, it's like, you know, we're gonna face some challenges, some challenge to basically multiple challenges to basically break this area of you know, 0.077 to I would say like we're gonna break 0.077, most likely 0.08 or something like that, 0.09, which is like the 21 EMA on the 21-day chart, or on the weekly, which is roughly we already broke the 21 EMA on the weekly time frame. So that's extremely good, right? So next area we could be looking for really for LTC is like a 0.096, okay, almost 0.01. If you remember last year, 0.01 was like I think like 0.618 to 0.786 range. So because 0.01, you know, 0.01 was like a target for us for BTC, for LTC, right? Just about 0.618 exactly. So was like I was looking for LTC to retrace down to like a 0.01, and it did. You know, we retraced down, got rejected. You know, most people bought in this area, but price ended up, you know, breaking it and make a drop below it, and then making some new lows and stuff like that, right? So hey, what's up, Tony Bird? Yeah, A and B, I already talked about it, right? A and B, we already talked about A and B. It is one of my top pick, right? So let's see how it is going to perform, at least for the short term. So that's it. Let's take a look at 3-day. On the 3D, we're looking to break above 21 EMA. As long as we break above this area, it's going to be looking good. Okay, it is going to be looking very, very good for A&B. Right, so I'm looking for A&B to do well in the first quarter. But at the same time, like if we break like a 150 range, it is not going to be a hold anymore. Okay, it is not going to be a hold anymore, because we could be, we could be facing like some more, like many more weeks of dropping and sideways correction before we pump again. Right, it could be making this move again before pushing back up. Right, even if we break it, we're gonna retest it. Okay, that's a good thing. Right, that's a good thing. But at least for the short term, I don't expect it to drop below 150. I'm expecting like all the way up to like a $600, right? So which is like a May, roughly May, May area of May prices, right? So May prices. I don't expect it to go all the way up to like April 1st prices, because I don't think it is that strong. So to go back to April prices, it is going to be very, very bullish. Okay, it has to be very, very bullish. So it's like almost a 10x move, right? So to go back up to like April 1st prices. And remember, April is just like 10 months ago, so it's not like it's like a 2 years ago, something like that. And these coins dropped like over 90% in like less than 9 months. I don't think it's a bull run, man. I think it is just a pullback until we break like some key resistance, and we could heaven. Yeah, it is looking good. So we just that's a 3-day chart. You just don't want to break 34.3. You just stay above 34.3. That's a 3-way move pullback. If you get this big engulfing candle, that's a buy. Okay, all we need is like a big engulfing candle in this area. Wait for it to close, bang, take it. Okay, so if you want to play trend lines, you can just not financial advice, but if you want to play trend line, you can just do this. Okay, just do this. And most people are going to be waiting to buy in this area, but it could retest this area first. Okay, could go back. But if it drops back down to like a 33.70, it is still going to be a good buy, roughly around 33.70 to 3300. So it could drop easily 10%, stuff like that, right? Just to retest the trend line. So, but it is looking nice. It is looking nice. Hey, what's up, Peterson? Zilliqa weekly. Is that what you were talking about for Zilliqa? Yeah, it looks good. That's a 3-day chart, and we haven't seen Zilliqa basically being overbought so far, right? So it hasn't done much if you compare it to ICX, right? So it has not done a lot. ICX 3-day chart was like 99, right? Something like that, 99. Take a look at ICX 3-day chart. So it was like 99. Not 99. I think the daily was 99. Let's check it. Yep, daily was like almost 99, right? It went up to like 97. So we haven't seen a pullback. It's gonna do this, right? So this is gonna give us a divergence. It could could go all the way up to like a 7,000, 8,000, right? So, but take a look at ICX. We're completely overbought, like to 91, almost 91, 92, right? So, but Zilliqa, haven't seen Zilliqa being that high. Okay. Yeah, look at Nano. Nano still got so much room also to grow, right? Just looking at these RSI, they got so much room to grow, right? So take a look at this is also a PPT, one of my coins, right? To pay attention. I said it like when it was like a 38 to 37, I think, something like that, right? Below 3K basically, below 3,000 sats. So got so much room to grow. Qtum is doing well. Tron also, you know, you can see like a Tron. That's a 3-day chart, guys. It is looking extremely good. Okay, looking very, very good, man. Looking juicy. No sign of reversal, guys. This thing could go all the way up like to 90.95 on the 3-day. That's RSI. So, you know, that's RSI. So XLM hasn't started pumping yet. Similar structure, you know, but not a cup and handle, right? So yeah, so a cup and handle. But Zilliqa, yes, you could argue we could go all the way up, right? We haven't seen it like overextended. So if we break this area on your, if you like RSI and trend lines, just pay attention to this. But I'm already bullish without, you know, all of this. Okay, without all of this stuff, I'm already bullish. So you're just giving me more reason to be bullish, right? So, and I said it, we're moving above this area of 21 EMA. It's about to pop. That's it. It's about to pop, guys. So, and this move could be like within the next, I would say next few days, man. We could get this move. It could get this move. And I think, let's see, let's check VET. VET made this move last year around like 150, I think 200 sats, stuff like that. Let's see. Yep, VET made the same structure last year, right? So this move, because I remember calling VET, you know, going all the way up to like 150, right? So you go back and watch my basically all my, you know, streaming. So last year, similar move. As soon as we broke this 21 EMA on the 3-day chart, you can see it, broke it, retested, bang, okay, from like 150 all the way, I mean from 100 to 150. So that was a 50% move, not that much, but was still great. So similar move, we drop back down, you know, jump above it, 21 EMA on the 3-day chart, you can see it, bang. So we try to retest it right now, we're jumping above it. So if we jump above it, it is right now like a 71. We could definitely retest this area of you know, 109 to 110, probably get rejected, retested, and push further, right? So, but it is a hold right now. VET is a hold. I'm not extremely bullish on VET though, but it is a hold. Yeah, guys, I think we talked about all these coins. We talked about Neo, Nano, looking bullish, Link looking bullish, you know, talk about ICX, still can push to the upside again, but I wouldn't, you know, if you're not holding it, if you're not holding any, I mean, if you're not holding any ICX, not financial advice, but it's not time to be jumping in, right? So we talk about BTC also, the bullish setup and then the bearish setup. In order to get any bearish momentum, we're gonna need a big volume. That's the only thing we need. Okay, if we can get if like we can get a big volume, we could be celebrating, right? We could be celebrating and you know, looking you know, looking like this with a smiley face, right? So you know, so we could be celebrating, right? So at least for the short term, that's what I'm looking for the bearish momentum. And then we could be looking for, you know, to retest like a low 6K and stuff like that, right? So we could be looking for it. So all right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. You know, I'm gonna be going live again within the next few days. If like BC breaks you know, 10.5 and so on, I'm gonna be going live, right? 10.5 to 11K range. We're gonna be going live, right? So all right, guys, thanks a lot for watching, man.